So now we're going to get into our Vinyasa flow. This is really fun, our swinging flow. It is a continuation of what we learned in our basic training for the floating Buddha sequence, and it's going to incorporate all the little pieces that we just learned, which is so helpful to keep reviewing that and then adding on. So we're going to press the swing down nice and low. We're going to come into our sumo, standing in the center of the mat. Go ahead and lean back. So lean back, forearm press, slide right on in. Sumo seems so easy now, right? We've done 1,000 of them. So from sumo, we access all of our poses. We're going to go ahead and bring our arms wide and around. So I'll settle in now. Hook the heel, hook the ankle, right? So you have to get that big lift. And we're going to do that using our core. So now that we understand the engagement, we can do that with a little bit more control and accuracy, right? We're always using our core in all these poses. Okay, great. Now from here, we're going to go through our half flow as the warm up. So we're going to inhale wide straddle T, exhale star. Make sure those hips are nice and low, even lower. Drop the hips. Yes. So in this pose, we're opening up the heart. So we're using the weight of the hips to allow the heart to blossom. Now the hips press up, and all we do is open up the rib cage, right? So the first pose is really a big heart opener. And then we come into namaste, hands to prayer, feet together, press the hips up, lean back. Keep the thumbs on the sternum the whole time. Inhale, lift the arms up, hold on to the swing. Exhale, lower the head, so we're coming through our ladle. Give the swing a little hop or wiggle from side to side, but you're going to have to get it down across the hips, across the iliac crest. From there, keep holding on and bring the legs wide and around. Right? When we bring wide and around, we bring the legs into the front plane. Now what we're going to do is walk our hands to the back of the mat, towards me. Back is over your head. Yeah, so we have our legs together. So legs around, toes touch. Nope, that's the back plane. And so your hands are in the front plane, honey. You have to bring them over your head and walk towards me. There you go. Okay, now from here, it looks a whole lot like our handstand scorpion. Then we're gonna bring our legs wide. Once we bring our legs wide, so hands down, handstand. Walk your hands towards the back of your mat all the way. So come up and watch if you're not getting it, right? So go ahead and grab for your, there you go. And then pull your feet down strong. That is, yeah, it's over the top of your head. So now it's the back of your head. We're upside down. It switches. Yeah. So walk your hands to the front of your mat. Okay. So from here, you're going to bring your feet down really strongly down. That is our engagement through the core. Now from here, go ahead and straighten your arms, keep them straight, press your chest towards the ground, that's upside down dog. Keep tension in your legs. Inhale, pull forward for up dog. Exhale, press back upside down dog. Inhale, pull forward. Exhale, press back. There you go. Now we're going to inhale, pull forward. So see if you can just wait 1 second, and I know you can't actually watch me because you guys can move to the side. So we're going to be spring loaded. I'm going to pull forward. At first, just reach up and grab for your swing and come to sit. Just try it. Reach up, grab for your swing, come to sit. Nice. So remember before we talked about the pivot point where we're not going to have to reach up and grab. For the first couple rounds, just grab. Right? And if you get too much swag, then you can just bring one foot down and slow. I call it slow your roll so that we don't pop. Our knee works. Right? So it's okay to swing, but if you feel like you guys are going to collide, then slow it down. Okay, so just watch so we can get that spring-loaded effect when we come to these poses. So we're going to go through the whole sequence. So we're not going to skip yet. We're going to try it without going through in just a little bit. I'm going to bring my feet together first, and then walk forward until we get the full flip. Then from there, I'm going to bring my legs wide. So see how my feet stay nice and engaged? I don't let them fly towards the sky. Right? If the leg loops are tight on your ankles the whole time, you're in the right place. If they get loose, if they lose that tension, then you lost the tuck through the pelvis. So upside down dog, up dog, I pull forward, and then I can release and come to sit. You can always hold on if you need to, but see if you can get the pelvis to drop. Okay, so we're gonna try that a couple times, and it's okay to swing, but let's be aware of our neighbor. So bring your legs wide if you see our head coming through. We've got some long people in the front. Okay, let's go through the whole thing one more time. Inhale, open the arms. Exhale, star. Inhale, namaste. Exhale, reverse. Good. Inhale, reach up, grab for the swing. Exhale, ladle. Inhale, bring the legs wide and around. Then the hands come down. Walk them over your head to the front of your mat. There you go. Legs go wide and down. Inhale, pull forward for up dog. Exhale, press back upside down dog. Keep tension in your leg loops. Right? Inhale, pull forward. Exhale, press back. Straight arms if you can. If you need to bend the elbows, it's okay. Inhale, pull forward. Pull over your fingertips. Create like a little bit of a springing action. And then reach up, grab for the swing, and come to sit. Just reach up and grab. And then drop your hips. Just try it. There you go. Nice and easy. Yeah, and if we all stay in the same harmonic motion, it's great. But otherwise, if you feel like you have too much sway, just bring one foot down and come back to center. Okay, and swinging is kind of fun. So that's why we call it our swinging flow, right? Okay, one more time. A little bit faster. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, come all the way around. Exhale. So see if you can find the breath with the movement. So you have to remember to bring the legs in the front plane first. So look towards Charlotte and see how her feet are in the front plane. Yes, wrap them in front. There you go. Make sure you have that hook before you walk forward. Then hands to the front of the back. There you go. Over your head. Inhale, pull forward. Exhale, legs wide. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press back. So really strong with the legs. Pull them down even more. Really strong. And then when we inhale, pull forward, we're going to exhale, release. See if you can drop your hips and come to sit. Yeah, let's try that. Let's see if we can do it without using our hands one time. Okay? So we're going to just play with that for a few rounds. Do you think my swing's too low? Okay. Yeah. Why? Is your head hitting the ground? It's very close. Yeah, you can bring it up for sure. But yeah, we usually just tuck, just make sure you don't hit your head for sure. Yeah, you want to go back and show me and then you can decide whether you need to come out. Yeah, it's pretty close, but if you tuck in towards your core, yeah, then you're okay. If you feel more comfortable, just bring it up one. It's no problem. You can always adjust it. So let's try that little movement that we did before and see if it all makes sense, right? So we're gonna just keep our legs wide the whole time. See if we can lean back and bring our hands down and over our head. Walk them to the front of the mat and pull your legs nice and low. And then we're gonna inhale, release, and come to sit. Okay, so bring those legs around right away, Liz. Right away, bring them down. Yeah, there you go. Keep them heavy. Walk forward, walk forward. Gotta keep that tuck in the pelvis. You lost your tuck. Tuck through the pelvis. Lift up. There you go. There you go. All right. So then come right back over without holding onto the swing. Right away. Yeah. There you go. Good. So if you use your head, then the hips can't drop. So it comes through your pelvis. Just try it a few times. So lean back, bring your legs over. So all the way over right away, and then come right back. So do that a few times. See if you can find that pivot point we've been working on. The legs stay in an L shape with the body the whole time. Yeah, so you don't have to bring your hands down, Patrick. You just go right back up. Yeah, good. So really strong engagement through the core, nice L shape. So make an L shape with your legs. Yeah, so don't use your hands, just really tuck and pull up. Tuck with your pelvis. And then just come right back up. You don't want to bring your hands down, Lizzie. Just come right back up. Right back up. Yeah. So you're going to have to pull until we get that alignment, but it's okay. Do it nice and slow. So let's add that all together, right? So inhale T, exhale star, last one. Inhale namaste, exhale lean back. Inhale lift, exhale ladle. Inhale bring the legs wide and around. Keep them wide this time. Walk to the front of the mat. Pull forward and come right to sit. Pull forward and then come right to sit. Yeah. If you use your head, it's going to be hard. Good. Yes. Yes. There it is. So fun. You going to try it one more time on your own? Yeah. So you can do it at your own pace and your own time. Try to find the entire sequence. The entire sequence, the entire swinging flow. You guys are just going right back into it. So say it in your head, right? So, wide straddle, star, namaste, ladle. So Lizzie, you have to work on those legs. They have to come to the front plane first before you do anything else.
Like
yeah, keep going. Yeah, pull it down. You're still really high. Yeah, there you go.
Like that?
Yeah, that's it. So you have to arch with the upper body and tuck with the lower body. Pull forward to look forward. Yeah, pull forward even more. Walk your hands forward. Yeah, and now come to sit. Use your swing, come to sit.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, an eye out for one another.
I'm so sorry.
So the person who can see has to watch out for the other person who can't see. All right, so that's the swinging flow. You guys got the idea? Obviously in time we'll
Still have to use my hand a little.
It's okay. Yeah, but it's like now you know where that pivot point and where we're lowering our center of gravity, where that comes in handy, right? So in time we'll be able to just sink back. You don't even have to put your hands down. And you come back around again. It kind of helps to grab your butt in these poses too. If you want to lower your center of gravity, bring your hands towards your butt. It really helps. If you want to bring your center of gravity up, bring your hands by your head. If you want to lower your center of gravity, bring your hands down by your bum. It's just a little trick that we learned along the way. So not the ground, your butt. There you go. It kind of works, doesn't it? You okay? All right, so Superfly. Let's go ahead and watch for the first one. You can watch from a sumo or whatever position that you want. But I am going to come into it through our Buddha. I'm going to go right through the sequence that we just learned. Peaceful warrior. Happy Buddha. This is a review of 6. Archer. There's a reason why we learned this in this order. Now for Archer, we're going to learn how to come into a backpack. I'll give you excruciating details about how to do that in just a moment. From backpack, we go into skydiver. Now from our skydiver pose, we want to keep our feet together, knees open wide. We're just staying arched through the torso, and we can bend from side to side. Now the hard part from this pose is grabbing your backpack, extending your legs, and pressing up into Superfly. So that was that movement that we learned how to do the other day. So we're going to practice that with buddies and figure out how we can help people lift, and then we can come into the full Superfly. Toe touches, extend. This is very hard, just so you know. You do it, and you're like, well, I just want it. Do the whole thing. We can bang from side to side. There's a lot of play here. And then we're going to come back into our backpack, skydiver, and then shoulder stand. So in shoulder stand, I'm going to hook my feet, tuck my pelvis, come straight up and down, and then extend my legs. See, my legs are out in a V. Okay, so I keep my hook. My legs are wrapped around the whole time. I can arch and come through Christ consciousness. Really fun. From Christ consciousness, I keep my upper body the same. I just bend my knees, feet come together. From there, I'm going to reverse. I'm going to come through Archer, back to Happy Buddha, come through a wrist wrap. So I can do my wide straddle, balance, scissor kick down, sumo. We'll be using that in all of our flips and acrobatics, so we want to really get that down so that we're really using our core and not straining any part of the body. Okay, well let's at least get to backpack. And we'll go from there. You guys up for it? Okay, so from floating Buddha, let's just skip to ladle, right? So we can go right into our ladle to get into our inversion. From ladle, we're going to go into our peaceful warrior. Make sure your swing is in a good spot. If you need to go back and do it again, don't be afraid to get it into a better position, because now's the time. From Peaceful Warrior, we just let our arms hang overhead. Then we reach up right for our leg loops, take them off the feet, put them on the elbows, and then hands to prayer at the heart. If you can clap your hands and feet, you're in the right place. Yay! Arch and open. Archer, get the leg loops on the outside. Remember those little key cues. Now from archer, we're going to come into backpack. And this is the same movement that we learned when we were pressing our arms. We extend our legs, lift with our chest, and squeeze our arms together. Yeah, we got to squeeze the leg loops onto the shoulders.
Are we coming
towards
the
archer is with the leg loops on the outside. So if you're all entangled, you're not going to be able to come into backpack. Yes, so that was the cue, right? Now try and squeeze the leg loops onto the shoulders.
How does that happen?
Exactly. And that's why it's in intermediate practice. So let's
Do you do that by straightening the arms?
Yeah, and squeezing and lifting. Yeah, and extend the legs so you're level with the earth. Level with the earth. Cool. So lift and squeeze. Lift and squeeze. Yep. So remember that tuck through the pelvis. You have to stay arched in the upper body, but tucked through the lower body, and you have to lift and squeeze so they go to the shoulders. All right, let's come on down and work with this so that we can get everybody into it. So come back to archer, feet together, wrap back around, leg loops on the inside for happy Buddha. So that leg loop transition is really important. Wrist wrap, wide straddle, sit up, balance, scissor kick down. Wide straddle, wrist wrap, bicep curl. No, get your legs on the other side. Bicep curl, balance, scissor kick down. Yeah, there you go, come this down. Good. We do that so many times, it's gonna get so easy. Really, at first it's like, oh, it took us so long. So you okay back there? You wanna come on down?
Yeah.
Okay, come on down. Archer, slide into the elbows. Happy Buddha, get the leg loops on the inside. So wrist wrap, wide straddle, good. Bicep curl, yep, sit up, balance, scissor kick down.
Nice.
Okay, so this is challenging for everyone, just so you know. If you were like, how on earth do you get the leg loops up the shoulders? Then you're in the right place. So I showed you guys with the swing how we have to learn how to press to come up, right? Well, there's a whole other sequence that we can do. I told you I was going to add a little bit more on today to learn these muscle groups, because anybody can do it. It's just that if we don't have the right alignment, then when we're completely floating, we can't cheat. Right? So usually what happens is the head's really heavy and our pelvis isn't dropping, right? Like we've been working on. So if your head's really heavy and your pelvis is up in the air, then there's no way you can lift. You have to press your pelvis down to lift your head up, and you can squeeze the leg loops onto the shoulders. It's the same kind of movement, but a little bit more vital when you're fully suspended. So this is how we're going to practice that movement. I'm going to hold the leg loops in my hands. Okay? I'm going to mount to the sides, slide into an archer position. And then I'm going to press, and lift, and squeeze. It's okay wherever the swing goes, it's fine. It's more this movement of coming from an archer position and pressing and lifting. Okay? It does help to have a shirt on. You guys want to put an extra long sleeve on. If I walk back to the back of my mat and look at my feet, it looks a whole lot like archer, and I do that same motion where I press and squeeze. Okay? If your head's really heavy and your pelvis is kind of tucked and the upper body is rounded, there's no way you can squeeze, right? So the lower body is tucked, but the upper body is arched, so I'm pressing my pelvis down, and then I can. Okay, let's try it here, okay? If you guys want to put an extra shirt on, it's totally fine. You'll be a little warm. We'll slide a little bit better. So just something to consider. A little wet spot on the floor. What happened to that? There it is. So I'll put this on and it'll make it a little bit easier. Is everybody doing good? All right. It is a little bit of a rug burn, but it does feel good on the fascia. All right, let's go ahead and try it. Okay, so push the swing down. It's very low on the hips, really low. Right, so it's touching the legs, straight legs. Press your hips forward, hang out here. Hips forward, so not bending at the
waist. Yes, that's it. So you have to stay really lifted in the upper body and grab for the leg loops in your hands. So that's the first thing we want to do is press and lift, right? If we're not lifting the chest, it's going to be really hard, right? So grab the leg loops with your elbows then. Just let it slide in, hook it. And now press and lift and let it slide. And then drop the chest. Press and lift. There you go. Press your hips forward the whole time. There you go. So drop it. Now that was pretty easy, right? So press and lift, squeeze together. It's kind of down on a diagonal. It's not straight down and it's not in front of you. It's on a diagonal. Good. Okay, so drop to the elbows. Let's walk the feet to the back of the mat. Let's try floating. Hook the heel, hook the toes outside in. Here we go. Outside in, yeah. Outside the other outside. There you go. Okay, now we're gonna do the same thing. Press and lift. Yes. It's a little bit more challenging because there's more weight. Go ahead and drop back into archer. Now lift the heart, lift the chest, and then press. That's it. It's a big arch to the upper back, but we have to press our pelvis down at the same time. You guys got it. I'm gonna try one more time. So lift from the heart, so the hands have to be flexed. Yeah, and then press together and straight down like this. So let's do it one more time together, so it'll be easy. Right here, press, press and lift. Remember I said the hands can't be at the waist. See how this kind of starts fitting together, little puzzle pieces? Okay, go ahead and release your feet down towards the ground. Walk it forward, press up, press up. Let's come to stand. Very good. Let's try it one more time. Back into our sumo. Just go through the whole thing. I know. I told you we'd master the basics. Yeah. It's so not used to it. All right, so come on in. Sumo, floating Buddha. We'll skip to ladle. You can actually skip to ladle in our shortcuts. Make sure the swing is in the good spot. Legs go wide and around. Let's all be in archer. Can you just find yourself back in archer? You can go through peaceful warrior, happy Buddha, and then archer. Make sure the leg loops are on the outside of the knees. And then immediately extend the legs, press the pelvis down, and lift to get the leg loops on the shoulders. So archer is with the leg loops on the elbows. Feet are together, they never hook the swing. Lift, extend your legs, lift up. Yeah. Press your pelvis down and lift so your hands are up at your shoulders and then squeeze them together. That's it. Archer is the other way. Arch and open. Bring the leg loops on the outside of your knees. Feet together. Leg loops on the elbows. Arch and open. Feet stay together. Sorry, bring your arms open. Arch the other way. You're tucking. Arch is the other way. Arch all the way. Yes. Squeeze the leg loops onto the shoulders. Extend your legs down towards the ground. Widen your arms. Yeah, squeeze, squeeze. Together. Yes. A shirt with help. All right, bring your legs wide and down. Down, down, down. Can you press through your pelvis and get that tuck? Press through your pelvis and get the tuck. Tuck. Legs are down. Touch your knees so you know how far down. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Really tuck through the pelvis. Now, if we tuck through the pelvis, we can actually hook with our thumbs. I know it's hard. Just try it. So you tuck through your pelvis, hook with your thumbs, and now you have to lift and press. Just try it. Press straight up. Lift and press. Yeah. Press straight up. Lift and press. Up, up, up. Yeah. So legs go wide. Legs go wide. We're gonna do a spotter next. Okay, if you got there, go ahead. If you got there, go ahead and do a few push-ups. Just stay where you are. We're gonna come right back for you. Do a few push-ups. Okay, good. This is why it's the last pose, right? It's still all bunch right here. Remember, we're recording, so let's come back to our backpack, skydiver, feet together. Oh, this seems like a relaxation pose all of a sudden, right? Okay, let's try our shoulder stand. Pull your hands together down towards the ground. Down is where your mat is. So your feet are gonna hook. You're gonna tuck your pelvis and push your legs straight up in a V. Do your feet hook the inside or on the outside? Well, there's only one place to hook. Hook right there, yeah. Yep. So your feet stay together in skydive, and then you hug.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you tuck your pelvis and go straight up. Oh yeah. Otherwise your leg loops will come, or the swing would come right off. So you always go from skydiver in the shoulder stand. Arch and open your arms to a T for Christ consciousness if you're here. Arch and open. Keep your upper body exactly as it is. Just bend your knees, bring your feet together again, and you're back in skydiver. Release your feet. Bend your knees. Feet together. Yeah, there you go. You don't want to entangle them. Just okay, let's try it one more time. So watching. Can you watch from there?
Yeah.
So I hook, and then I straighten so they don't get tangled. Then when I arch, I just bend the knees. So you kind of got them wrapped around an extra time. Try it one more time. Hook your feet, tuck, and then straighten. So feet on the outside.
Are my feet not in my positioning?
So get them out of there and put them on the outside.
Like this?
Yes. Okay. All right, and then just bend the knees and bring your feet down. On the other side. There, that side. That side. Okay. You're just long.
I see it.
Okay. Back to Archer. I know that was a long sequence. We're gonna come down and buddy up. From Archer, pull the leg loops on the inside of the knees. Happy Buddha. Leg loops in the hands for a wrist wrap. Wide straddle. Sit up. Balance. Scissor kick down. Okay, so get that movement in the body. Relax and sumo. Okay. Who wants to be my guinea pig who I haven't worked with yet?
I will. I want to work with
Yes.
the arm strength
Yes.
and see if I can make that.
Do you mind being on video?
Yeah.
Great. This is how we're going to do our partner play. And this is really fun because we actually incorporate this into some of our yoga styles. So go ahead and enter the office and we'll work together on this. And I want you guys to buddy up. So I want you guys buddy up and then you two will buddy up. Okay? Great, coming to sumo and then floating Buddha. We'll go from there. Okay. Good. So we're gonna have you buddy with Charlotte. You guys can be over here. So this is challenging for everyone, and until we learn how to leverage the energy and the pivot points, then we're gonna help each other lift. So ladle. Okay. And then right with the legs, and keep holding on, legs around. Okay. So just pause here. So this is peaceful warrior, arms are overhead, just hanging out. So the first thing we want to do is take it really slow with people because the first thing you'll notice that when we get upside down, our brain stops working. So let's go nice and slow. Have your person like take breaths in between. And if it ever gets challenging, back up to the last pose we did, like skydiver or backpack. Okay, so now you're gonna reach up and grab for the leg loops in your hands, put them on the elbows. Okay, happy Buddha, feet together, hands to prayer. That's how you know you're in happy Buddha, right? Clap for me. Good, yeah, and good. Now archer is a flexed position. So we bring the legs, follow me. So we're gonna keep the legs where they are, bring the arms wide and around, and then arch from the heart. So that's perfect, so she's in position. If you don't have this arch from the heart, can you drop your head and just have your head? There's no way she can lift, right? So that's what was happening at first when we were working together, and then you guys corrected that when we were standing. Okay, great. Now from archer, she's gonna stay where she is. I'm gonna roll in and assist her, okay? I need you to arch from the head again too. There you go. That way, if she doesn't, if her head is dropped, we're gonna buff, and I'm not gonna be able to roll it. So I just kind of slide in, kind of like I'm working on a car. And then I'm gonna lift here. She's just gonna stay. I'm just gonna lift. Nope, you're just gonna stay. Thank you. I'm gonna put my feet on the swing. I'm gonna put my hands on her shoulders, and now she's really lifted. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ask her to keep looking up. Yeah. I'm gonna ask her to squeeze her arms together, and I can even do this and say squeeze. Beautiful. And then if you want, you can adjust them. Pull one over and then the other over. Yeah, like that. And down into that little cushy spot. And if they're not in the cushy spot, then it's not gonna feel great. Right? Skydiver. Good. Now I'm holding her weight. Do you see how lifted she is? Now she could be kind of like when you're doing a cobra pose on the ground in yoga. She could be that arched and lifted in her own body. right? But that means you have to press your pelvis down strongly to get a cobra pose. Do you guys ever notice that? In cobra, you have to really press down through your legs and through your hips to lift the upper body. And I'm just like mimicking her down here, okay? So I'm gonna have her bring her legs wide and heavy, press your pelvis down towards the ground. That's it, yeah, tuck your pelvis like you just did. Not that much though, because you lost the arch in the upper body. Keep the arch in the upper body, tuck through your pelvis. See if you can grab for your backpack. Underneath, nope, underneath your arms. Okay, that's good too. So it's underneath. Yeah, you're gonna need that one for that side there. Now you press and lift. Press and lift. Press and lift. Strength. Okay. So keep that. That's it. You wanna try a full chaturanga? So the hands down towards me. And press. You're doing it. Look up. Press and yeah. Chaturanga. Press. So dip and press.
Okay, I'm getting tired.
All right, put them on the shoulders. Put the backpack back on. Yes. See, and I'm catching her. I'm not gonna see kind of feet together.
That's
Side to side. So all I'm doing is helping her lift with my feet. It's not on her boobs. It's not on the shoulder joint. It's not on the bones. It's in that little squishy spot. If all goes well, right on the leg loops. You might have to have them pull them in because if the leg loops are out by the rotator cuff, it's not going to feel good, so have them pull them in. And I'm mimicking every movement with her, because if they forget, then so now she's on her own. So now you get to fly, so stay in skydiver, fly, and I'm going to roll out. So before archer, roll out, otherwise you guys are going to do like a headbutt. She's going to come back through archer, keep the feet together. Nice, bring the leg, hold the feet together. Okay, bring the leg loops on the inside. Let's not skip steps, let's go nice and slow. Happy Buddha. Arch, happy Buddha. Yeah, open the chest, that's it. Slide into a wrist wrap. There you go. So now it's a wide straddle. Sit up, bicep curl, balance, beautiful, balance, legs together, and then scissor kick down, come to sit. Yeah, so she's leading with her head, so her neck is not going to be happy at the end of the day. So come to sit means sumo. Let's come back into our sumo. So make sure that the neck stays long and we stop pulling on the neck to get that lift because then we're not engaging through our core. So we're learning how to just work that pivot point so when we drop the hips, the head comes up. Really good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now you guys, thank you so much. Now you guys willing to try that with your buddy and do some partner play? Now the most important thing is that you have fun because like when we go into the flying poses, people get really nervous. So, you know, enjoy the process of helping them get lifted, come into flying, and do it in a way that feels kind of calm. Now, if for some reason, if you miss a point or if you're not able to lift the person, it's okay. Just hang out in the skydiver. You know, get the backpack on. So that's the first part, backpack on, right? So that's really hard. After we get the backpack on, then they have to press and lift. Press and lift.
Is that supposed to be an explosive movement, or is it just getting to where the skeleton is kind of supporting you?
Yeah, but we're gonna do more of that here. So we're just gonna press and lift and learn how to arch from the upper body and have it be really easy. Okay.
So it's because
It's just
there's
stepping.
enough opening.
No, there's opening. There's not. You're not missing anything.
Okay.
There's not enough of. There's not enough of anything.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. There's plenty of strength. There's plenty of flexibility. There's plenty of alignment. It's just getting all those pieces to work together. So let's just try this. Let's let the swing slide up to our waist even here, so that more of our body is being supported by our arms. So we're going to come through what we would